I was told to wait until just right now for your reading. And it's because you've been going through some energetic shifts that have needed it to come in divine timing. I'm hearing blank canvas. Some things you can just start all the way over for. There are some things in your life that are needing to be fully removed, released, let go of, and then a peace in the silence, shanti, a comfort in being in the lull, in the in-between, in the stage where things start to grow. The uncomfortable sprouting of the seed as it bursts through the hard outside covering. And the time that it takes to grow up through the soil. It's gonna take time. Oh, I got chills. It's gonna take time. I didn't want to show up like this for this reading. I didn't want to show up like this for this life, is how they want me to translate that. What I wanted to do was be fully ready. What I wanted to do was, I said, Spirit, well, I want to go get my hair all ready and my makeup on, and I want to have my camera just at the right angle with the right lighting. No. That's not authentic. You're just asked to show up as you are and be you. And that's when you're going to see that the fruits of your labor, 7 of Pentacles. In a lot of decks, this is like showing like fruits in a tree. But this card stands for things that are coming to fruition, things finally sprouting through the ground, hard work paying off, harvest, rewards, results, manifestation of ideas or goals, cultivation, growing, gestation, just what I was talking about, nurturing, perseverance, patience, crossroads. Ding. Ding. Yeah, the fruits of your labor. I knew this card was going to come out, the Temperance. Just here, just a little bit longer. You'll be finally finished soon. You'll be finally across that finish line, that line where you can finally see where the sprout is coming up through it. That 7 of Pentacles is going to turn into a 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles being one about fulfillment, like ultimate fulfillment of life. The things finally showing up in your 3D life that you've been manifesting, hoping for, visualizing, working towards. Manifestation of ideas or goals. This one having on here support, business empire, domestic bliss, long-term financial security and stability, settling down. Sometimes it can even be marriage, like a long-term stable commitment, like having the whole empire. That justice is finally going to be served. Karmic ties finally untying, releasing, so that you can move into this. A letting go of old energy, a learning of lessons. So you're being asked to learn lessons from the past as well, to cull through, to look through some of those things that you've been through that have been heartbreaking, that have been hard to go through, and say, what was the lesson there? And to make sure that lesson wasn't something about, oh, that I should never trust anyone. Make sure they're not things like, oh, that I should never let that person back in my life. No. It's about reflection on what you internally need to learn from that. What did you learn about yourself? What do you know more about what it is that you desire or don't desire in your life in terms of self-worth, self-respect, self-love? What feels good, what doesn't feel good, experience. Removing any type of energy that you feel about a particular person that may be even slightly negative, and letting that go. Healing the rest of that so that the pressure that's keeping those roots from popping, or those sprouts from popping up, and those roots from digging deeper, anything that might be trying to suffocate those plants that are trying to grow, can be lifted off of the soil. The pressure can be released. Bringing in more peace, that Shanti, inner peace, temperance, balance, patience again, inner calm. Also, this is often a card associated with Archangel Michael and the number 14. And bringing in a much more stable grouping of people around you. So if you've been losing people around you, or there's people that are not in the vibration that you would like them to be, you're being asked to start releasing that version of those people and asking for a higher vibrational, more healed version of that person to come in. If you're feeling like you're not getting the respect or the love that you deserve, or the effort that you know that you deserve from the people around you, first off, look at, what are you giving to yourself? Because if you aren't even giving yourself that love and respect, if you aren't setting personal boundaries with people and with yourself, saying, I'm no longer going to accept this type of treatment over here. If you're unwilling to do that, then you can't expect the vibration of the universe to be anything higher. You can't expect something higher than that, something higher vibrational than that, to flow back to you. And so you have to be willing to release those people. This doesn't mean picking up the phone or meeting up with them or sending them a text message that says, I'm releasing you. No. It's an energetic release. The ego needs the full release of the communication of it. You're just asking Spirit to bring in what you know that you're worth. And that if that individual can't come in at a higher vibration, well, then you let them go. And the universe will figure out what that means by letting them go. But you have to be willing to release their energy and know that it may not come back. So there's got to be some for this blank canvas, for these sprouts to come up, for these new things to come in, for this hard work to pay off in your life. There's got to be some looking back, some reflection, some inner peace that comes in as well. A shift in vibration for that permanent movement forward to come in. Yes, that one almost came out. Close, but no cigar. So that Chariot coming out, signifying a more permanent movement forward, a more solid movement forward in a positive direction. Right ear ringing. It's going to take self-discipline, hard work, and focus, which you know how to do. Now we need to refocus on some other things so that we can see everything come in that we're desiring. That pressure that I was talking about, that removing of that pressure, that kind of suffocation of the ground so those sprouts can't come up. This Eight of Swords talks about that kind of stuff. Self-restriction. Things that you are responsible for going back and releasing. You are responsible for going back and asking for help and healing with your spirit team. It says feeling trapped, restricted. There's a little bit of like victim mentality that may still be going on with some past things. Why did that happen to me? We don't have to revisit those situations in detail, but we know about when they happened, and we can ask Spirit to help us with some of those things. Feeling pressure is on here. Sometimes feeling a little powerless, silenced. Yeah, lots of heaviness there. But the thing with the Eight of Swords, when it's on a lot of other decks, it often looks like, oh, I love how the scales are on there too. The scales of justice are there in the background on this deck. Just like that justice card that we had. Those scales back there. So they're matching. So part of this justice coming forward is also part of that release of those restrictions. Restrictions there. Karmic justice. Yeah, so part of that is removing that pressure. Removing that pressure, submitting to the divine plan. What does that mean by submitting? What does surrender mean? What does submission mean? It means stop trying to control things and how their outcomes are going to be. Don't think that anyone is going to actually change. You just have to be okay with them exactly how they are, or release that version of them. And if they don't want to heal, if they get that vibration from the universe saying, hey, here's a door, you can choose to walk through this healing door now. Someone's signaling a little nudge your direction. You wanna? And then they get to choose. When that vibration sounds, a little knock comes to them and they're like, hey, do you want to expand at all? Consider it. And then they get to choose if they're going to do it or not. You have to let go of the idea that you have any control over that. And you have to understand that there are energies out there, negative energies out there, that do have influence on unprotected or underprotected people. And so if we can start to remember that while the humans are responsible for their actions, they do have free will choice. The actions that they make do have impact, even if their intention is good. There are still energies that love to mess with humans. They love to mess with our emotions. And so finding some grace and patience for some of these people as well, as they decide if they're going to grow or not, is important. But grace and patience for yourself. Anything else, Spirit? You're going to find also here soon that as you start to do some of this healing, when you choose that direction, if you choose, free will, always at play, that you're going to find yourself moving into a little bit more of structure and organization in your life and calmer waters. Because of these calmer waters, it's going to result in you being able to have a little bit more structure in your life. So if things seem a little chaotic in places, you're going to have a little bit more clarity on that. They do want me to pull an oracle card from the mystical shaman. I was wondering why I didn't put this one away. I looked at it today and I was like, put it away? No. Here's why. It says, the Gatherer. Harvest. Look at that. It's a card that has some harvest, like you're gathering the fruits of your labor, going right back to the original card that we pulled. Is that this one here? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. The one that's about picking those fruits that you've been working so hard on. Card number 21. I'm going to read that. It's from Mystical Shaman Oracle. Oh, maybe owls are significant as well. Those may be significant to you. Maybe Athena is significant to you. I love that little nod. Athena was just significant to me this morning and yesterday, but I pulled that card a long time ago. Anyway, before we cultivated grains, we collected the wild bounty of nature. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens, where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. The gatherer is the provider, the forager, the gardener who collects roots and vegetables for the long winter when game is scarce. She does not hoard, trusting the bounty around her. Look at the resources you have already close at hand. This is a time of abundance. Everything around you is ripe and ready for harvest. You've been working hard, so this vibration shift is all that's needed, right? This releasing. Banish the notions of scarcity that have limited your choices and colored your destiny. Pack your food for the winter and start with the low-hanging fruit that is all around you. There was a song that came on that was like, miracles on miracles. It's like called like A Million Little Miracles or something like that. I'm not really sure the exact name of it, but I was listening to that this morning, and this card reminds me of that, like counting your blessings, grabbing for the things that you know are already ready, and then having patience for the other ones as you continue your work. Continue foraging, continue releasing the things that are pressuring the ground so that those sprouts can't come up. Do not wander too far afield in search of what Spirit has already provided. Practice paying it forward, being thankful in advance of receiving. If you are in a scarcity mindset, open your heart to look beyond your current conditions, and you will find the bounty being offered to you. Practice sharing, not hoarding. They want me to pull one more from one more deck. They want me to phrase it that way, from one more deck. Spirit doesn't always like it when I say only one more. These are all the Rebecca Campbell decks. Okay. So part of that authenticity, me not being fully prepared, the patience that had to be with this reading, the wait that was there, the patient waiting, which you do very, very well, I hear, like very well. With tact, with class, with grace. But with that, they want you to make sure that you embrace your weirdness, embrace your uniqueness, embrace just all of the things that make you you and you not somebody else, right? Especially the things that you go, oh, I don't really like that about myself. They want you to embrace that too and know that like you are not for everyone. I like that I'm not for everyone because On one of my social media accounts, there's 52,000 people, and I couldn't get to 52,000 people if I tried. So I can't imagine what it would be like to have like millions of people. You just only need the people that are around you when you have them around you. The people that are nurturing your soil and you're nurturing theirs, right? And everybody else, you can just kind of let them flow. If they don't appreciate who you are, release it. Release it to a higher vibrational, more healed state, or let them be on their way. Face your true north. Face your true north. I hope that this is helpful. Your true north is where your passion is. Your true north is where you feel that heart pull, where you feel that fire burn inside of you and you get excited. And sometimes it feels scary to walk to that. Sometimes it feels scary to let go of things because you wonder in that lack mindset if you're ever going to see that again, anything like that again, that exact person, that exact situation, or anything like it. But walk forth, beautiful soul. And if you are Alexis, I hope this resonated for you. And if you're somebody else, you can thank someone named Alexis for this reading and your guides for getting you here. Thank you. It was a pleasure reading for you.